So I am on Interstate Avenue right now. This is North Interstate in Ainsworth. And we have police that are here ahead of protesters that gathered at Peninsula Park earlier this evening and began to march down Ainsworth towards Interstate. The police line has met them here. Medics that is coming to the next meeting. So protesters are gathered on the other side of the police that you see here. This is the group that gathered in Peninsula Park earlier this evening. It looks like the police are pulling back.
This is the Portland Police Bureau. To legal observers and members of the press, the Police Bureau is aware of and will adhere to the temporary restraining order regarding legal observers and members of the press present at demonstrations. Legal observers and members of the press must move off the roadway and shall not interfere with officers as they perform their lawful duties and must follow lawful orders. Interfering with officers may subject you to arrest or citation. Thank you.
So that was the speaker on top. So that's the direction that the riot van has headed. However, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Portland police vehicles parked right here. And somebody just stopped to ask someone, what is going on? And the bystander explained to the motorist, oh, there were some protesters coming down this way. And the person in the vehicle says, oh, okay, that's fine. God bless you. So I'll bring support. Oh. Here comes the vehicle. Look, there's just barely enough room right there.
The cops posted the max.
Look at that. Look at that. He tried to run that light and go around people, and the MAX train is coming. This police officer almost got creamed by a MAX train because he decided to go around the motorists in the road. There he goes. He just turned his headlights on. That vehicle.
together.
All right. So it looks like the police have moved, and also down this road, there is no big group of protesters. They have also changed locations. So it would be my guess that the police are headed southbound towards Killingsworth now in order to head off the protesters. Oh, sorry, this is the boring part of the walk, trying to catch up to the police vehicles. I can't hear the protesters' drums right now, so it's a pretty good turnout that showed up at the park this evening. Of course, I'd say maybe a couple hundred people. So all those red taillights right there are actually the police vehicles. And there's one right there, turning on his legs. And there's the LRAD, just turned onto interstate right there to join the line of police vehicles. Looks like there's 7 or 8 police vehicles behind. Yeah, it could be them. I hear the drums. So I can hear some drums from some nearby streets. But here, unless our first few are up the head. And they are definitely making a left. So the riot officers went left or made a U-turn. That's a U-turn. So he's got one headlight out. There's 3 of the vehicles. It looks like they're splitting up. Another vehicle is taking its time turning down the side street at the head and blocking the vehicles behind it. It looks like the police are potentially trying to head off the protesters in this neighborhood. Maybe that particular vehicle's parking, but there are more police vehicles right there with those bright headlights. There's definitely police ahead. They're shining a spotlight. And they've completely obstructed this road. I mean, this is a one-lane road down interstate, and there is absolutely no way for anyone to get through right now with the police blocking the road. I'm gonna go ahead and cross the street. Thanks. Yeah, so and then we have multiple vehicles that are held up behind these officers. I've heard no announcement from these officers. Press!
You wanna?
So they're shining a light at me, which makes it difficult for me to record and document, which is a violation of the TRO since I'm a member of press. We're both holding up our press badges and they're still shining their light on us. In fact, he's adjusting his other little lamp on the passenger side.
I guess they're trying maybe to shine on the bike.
Maybe, but it was interesting timing. Told ya.
This is just harassment.
Well, that's why it's all not only recorded but live streamed. So if they make it difficult for people of the media to document the officers that are on duty and involved in these actions, that would be a violation of the TRO. So, and then we have all these vehicles that are held up. These officers don't have any lights on. They don't have any red and blues. They don't have any hazard lights signifying to drivers that there's an obstruction in the road ahead. So just my understanding of when you have a disabled vehicle in the roadway, you should turn on some lights to let people know. And now we have some lights
down here that they have any right to block here.
So the riot, Corey, the riot van made a full left here at Killingsworth. So they're somewhere up ahead. If we want, we could probably head that way and try and find the crowd, or we can keep an eye on these officers here. Looks like Corey votes to try and find the crowd of protesters and riot police.
I'm just annoyed by that light.
Well, yeah, he's making it difficult to see who's in that vehicle, but
oh, it's also getting written over.
White light, especially since police are concerns about bright lights and the damage to eyeballs. You would think that since they've voiced so many of these concerns, that they would think of them when applying bright lights to other people. No, you guys are good. We're pressed here. Yeah,
no. Sure.
Yeah.
Anyone off. We just want to make sure.
I know.
Thank you.
So the crowd is several blocks still up ahead, but it looks like.
And I can still hear an aerial vehicle. Oh, he's right above the tree this time. It's really hard to get a good shot, but it's a plane. Swoops up all sorts of data. And I'm sure it's noisy for the neighbors. I've seen some online discussion about the disruption of the surveillance vehicles, the flashbangs, and the protest cops chasing people through neighborhoods. How those disruptions have affected others. We're going to take a right. We're headed a little bit towards Killingsworth again for a moment. We're headed south. And we do see some people clustered up ahead on these street corners. That could be an indication that we're getting closer to the main group. Here, police siren here. We have found the riot police. So the officer's telling someone in the middle of the public sidewalk to back up because he's asking for his badge number.
There's definitely more than 10 feet away. Get the fuck out of here, you dork!
So this is as far as those officers went when they made that left-hand turn. There were about, 8 vehicles following this riot, Dan. And we've seen where the other 3 are on Interstate that are blocking the road northbound on Interstate Avenue. There's the LRAD. So these vehicles are full. You can see that there's someone in the back seat right there. We've got more people in the back seat as well. There's 2 people in the back seat here. Where they're turning. So by making that right, they have 2 options. They can get on the freeway, which I don't think they will do. I think they'll stay close.
They're going to the precinct.
They'll loop back around if they try to catch the crowd here. But yeah, that's the other option. Is they head to the precinct because the crowd is trapped between the precinct and the PPA building. We are directly in the middle of the Portland Police Association building on North Lombard and the North Portland Police Precinct, which is a North Killingsworth on the other side of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, about a block or 2. So where I am right now is about 2 to 3 blocks from Portland Community College Cascade campus. We are almost at the I-5 overpass right here. And we're not exactly positive where the large crowd of protesters went. It was a big turnout this evening at Peninsula. I can see some people ahead with shields. So let me cross real quick. So that's the street the police went down. If they went left, they'd get on the freeway, but I don't think so. I think they took the right side here. Because this right side gets you to a road where you can loop around. There it is. There's the red, white, and blues. We just saw the flashes down that street. So what I think they're going to do is I think they'll take a right to get on Interstate, back at Interstate. Or as we were discussing with someone else, they had suggested the other option is the precinct. Let me inform Corey. Hey, Corey, looking down that street, I just saw red, blue, yellow, all that flash down that street on the right-hand side, and it looked like they headed off to the right. So I want to keep an eye on Interstate to see if they pass by first before hoofing it all the way to the precinct. Do you have an eye on where the group might be online yet? Okay. So, folks, I'm going to go offline, and we're going to try and keep an eye on where everyone is headed. And as soon as we have something to report, we'll be back.